Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the ship in a bottle. This will be my in-depth analysis as to my thoughts and everything. So the ship in a bottle has 962 pieces. 284 of them are the translucent blue studs. I'm sure tons of you already know the ridiculous step of 284 pieces being poured into the actual bottle. It seems excessive, however, now that they're actually in the bottle and I've kind of spread them out a little bit myself, I almost think that we needed more. Nevertheless, it does look full, but moving aside from the actual bottle, talking about the building. The build was a lot of fun. The bottle was definitely one of my favorite parts, besides the actual stand itself. Both pieces are completely just stellar. They're super sleek, and they were fun to put together. They used a lot of very interesting building techniques that I myself hadn't really played around with too much, and it's very creative. The ship, on the other hand, while the ship does look fantastic, especially in the bottle, it's a little bit of a pain because of all the small pieces. I'm used to putting a lot of small pieces together and stuff. Like those of you who have actually built the Daily Bugle before, the first floor is a pain because there's tons of 1x1 studs that build up the actual plaza of the first floor. The ship and the ship in a bottle was similar to that. It used a lot of very tiny pieces, and at times felt a little monotonous, but at the same rate, it was still fun. I had to keep using the table to try and get pieces straight by pressing down and kind of putting some pressure on them. But overall, the fact that the bottle just very quickly and easily removes from the stand, and you can appreciate the stand just on its own, or you can place the bottle and it snugly fits in there, no issues at all, is really nice. The fact that they got the exact spacing so that it didn't squeeze the bottle, but it wasn't too loose either. It's not really going to move around in here. Like, I'm actually applying quite a bit of force and the bottle's not moving. So I love to see stuff like that. The fact that they have the little red printed piece at the very top makes it look like a wax seal, so I love that. I think it's really cool. Other than that, the gold tip at the very top of the bottle just makes for a really nice touch. Very much makes it look like a actual cork stuck in a bottle. And the entire time I was building the ship, I almost felt like I needed tweezers to try and get the actual sails and stuff on there. It was a very almost authentic build to those who have put together actual ships in a bottle. Granted, I think a little bit easier, but nevertheless, I loved this thing. Originally, it was a set that I wasn't sure I was going to get, but once LEGO announced that it was going to be retiring soon, I decided it was finally time, and I went on ahead and bought it. I don't regret it, and I actually wish I would have bought it sooner. If you still have the opportunity to get it, I don't know if it's still available, but it is currently $70 retail value. More than likely, it'll jump up a little bit once it hits the aftermarket, but even still, I would actually recommend it. It's just such a fun set. The piece count is great, and it's right around what you would pay because I almost negate all 284 neon blue studs. But something about it is worth $70, but that's kind of up for you to decide. However, at the end of the day, I'm really glad that I got it, and I don't regret the $70 for it. Overall, it's such a nice piece, and if it's one that you were even considering, I highly, highly recommend grabbing this thing. It's gonna look like such a nice display piece wherever you put it, whether you put it on your mantle, in your bedroom, anywhere. Even in the kitchen, it actually wouldn't look bad. So this thing's just so much fun, and with all the special printed pieces, it's also fun to put together because you don't have to put any stickers on it, which I really appreciate. I hate stickers, but all in all, it's a beautiful set. I definitely recommend getting it, especially if you can get it once it hits the aftermarket for under $100. Definitely snag this thing. You won't regret it. Otherwise, it's probably going to go somewhere either on this table for future recordings, or I'm going to place it somewhere in my bedroom, as this has quickly made its way to one of my favorite sets that I own. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.